Have you seen the video of that motorcycle pack attacking that family of three in that SUV up in New York? It was quite a run. In the end, the motorcycle pack caught up to the father driving the SUV, and they beat him to a pulp. Joining us on 710 KURV to look at that developing case from Fox News is legal analyst Lise Wiehl. Welcome back, Lise. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah, it's a horrible story up in our neck of the woods here. I mean, just a man and his wife and a 2-year-old toddler were out for a Sunday drive. And it looks like, I mean, there are different videos that are coming out now, so I'll tell you more about that. But it looks like they were just kind of swarmed by these motorcycle drivers who had wanted to go to Times Square, were thwarted by police officers to going into Times Square, and I guess were angry, and they kind of swarmed around the driver. One went right in front of him. He slowed down and hit another motorcyclist. That kind of started everything going to the point where they followed him, stopped him, kind of up western side of New York City here, and you see the video, just beat in his window and pulled him out in front of his wife and his child and beat him up. Yeah,
2-year-old kid. Now, the driver of the SUV, he was stopped by that pack after he nicked one of the motorcyclists. And,
right.
Okay. Now, in a panic, from what we see, I guess we can guess, in a panic to protect his wife and kid, he floored it, and he ran over somebody and really hurt someone as a result.
He really did. I mean, he did. The guy, I think, is still in the hospital. His family is saying he may be paralyzed. I get it, and I feel bad for him. I feel bad for his family. But, for goodness sakes, I mean, if you get cut off, you're on the West Highway up here, and you're cut off, and you're scared for your family, and you don't know what to do. I mean, should he have just stopped maybe and pulled over? Maybe. I don't know. But if you're being swarmed by all these motorcyclists, you might think, if I do that...
Well, he was stopped, right? And I saw some of the reports that said when he was stopped by the motorcyclists, they started...
no, exactly. They
pegging and damaging his SUV, like insisting that they wanted to beat him to a pulp there.
They followed him to a point where they did stop him, and then... That's when they beat in his door, his window, and pulled him out.
So this all started, Lise, when he just kind of nicked this one biker.
Yeah,
by accident,
some
right?
Video that's coming out apparently that we haven't seen before. I think it's coming out today, where it may have been that he threw out a water bottle before that. So that may have gotten them, because people have always said, well, why did they go after this one guy?
Yeah, right.
Maybe it was a water bottle. For goodness sakes.
Yeah. Well, but maybe he thought they were thirsty or something. Here he's
These bikers were angry. You mentioned they were angry already.
Yeah, that's the backstory. Okay, so they were coming in for some big event in Times Square, and apparently because the events had not gone so well before, that the cops were putting some barricades on that and saying, no, and there were some arrests made, like 15 different arrests that day anyway, for these motorcyclists and on the bike. So they were thwarted from what they wanted to do. So they were headed back, and I'm just getting inside their heads, probably angry, probably upset. And maybe they just picked on this guy. But the bottom line is, this guy was beaten up, taken out of his truck and beaten up in front of his wife and his kid. I mean, he's going to be fine, I think.
And now we have an off-duty undercover officer involved.
Several.
Several?
What?
Yeah, at least three off-duty police officers were part of the motorcycle gang. Now,
they were.
Yeah. Now, they did not participate, and they said they did not see it, except for one undercover, not off-duty, undercover officer said he actually did see it. The difference between undercover and off-duty is very important. Off-duty means you're not wearing your uniform. You have an obligation if you're off-duty to stop a crime if you can. Do something, right? Mm-hmm. Undercover, it's more murky. Because you're undercover. You're trying to do kind of a little bit of bad stuff to get along with the bad guys.
Didn't he do some bad stuff, though, the undercover guy? He was hitting the vehicle, too?
He was hitting the back of the vehicle, not the part where the guy was actually pulled out of the vehicle.
So he was playing biker at that time.
Exactly. So that's certainly going to be the argument. But the problem for the undercover guy is he didn't report it to his officers within, a few days. So I had undercover guys working for me, and when I was a prosecutor, I knew what was going on. They did bad stuff. You have to. That's just the dirty part of doing undercover. You have to do some bad stuff. Not really bad stuff, but bad enough to make sure that, the really bad guys believe you and trust you. But I always knew what the guys were doing.
All right. Well, at least we'll continue to watch it. It's a fascinating case that's developing up in New York. All right.
Sad.
We'll talk soon, Lise. Thank you much. Lise Wiehl, Fox News legal analyst, joining us on 710 KURV.